Okay, now.
3D modeling is a mathematical representation of a 3D object. Some fields where 3D modeling is used are entertainment, medicine, and engineering. Multiple ways in which 3D printing can be done. Among them are extrusion printing, wire printing, granular printing, powder bed or ink bed printing, laminated printing, and light polymerized printing. Extrusion printing is one of the most common types of 3D printing. In it, a substance is heated up and pushed through a tube to make the object. Powder printing, another of the most common forms of 3D printing. Powder is spread out over a surface and then heated up to form solid objects. So this is Tinkercad, and it lets you create a free account. So to actually use the program, you go to Create New Design, and from there, it should bring you to this window. And so this is your work plane, and anything that you take from here, you can drag to the work plane and place it. So these are solid objects, and in CAD modeling, there are two types of ways it works. There's solid modeling, which is like this, where the shape stands for like a solid object, which has 3D space. And then there's the other type, which just shows the outsides of objects, and this is faster, but it doesn't work for 3D printing because it doesn't stand for actual 3D objects. So you can hold Control and click to move your window, and you can hold Control Shift click to pan. And then I believe you can hold Control and zoom in and out using the scroll wheel, or whatever you're using. So you can also change the shape of the object you have using the sides, and you'll notice that it says the dimensions of the object. So you change the shape like that. You can also rotate the object in 3D space, and you should note that the bottom plane is the one that the object will actually be printed on, so if you rotate it outside the plane, you'll have problems, and if you rotate it so it doesn't have a flat base for the printer to build on, you can also have problems. So in addition to that, you can copy objects by holding, Alt and moving it, and it'll duplicate it. And you can also move the object around up and down using this, and if you rotate it, that still works like that. So beyond that, you can also take shapes, use a cylinder as an example, and use them to edit the size of other shapes. So you can take this, and you can click the whole button, and it then means that it will delete parts of other shapes that you put it in. So for instance, I'm moving this into this pyramid, and it'll remove part of the side. So you can then group them together, and as you can see, it removed part of the side of the pyramid, so the pyramid will now be printed in this shape. You can also change the color of objects, but that's also down to what kind of printer you have and what supplies you have for printing. Beyond that, you can change your work plane where you place objects by pressing W. You can then move the work plane onto the side of objects. So because I move the work plane there, a box I drag on will now be placed on this work plane and at that angle. You can delete objects by just pressing delete, or you can press undo and redo to get rid of objects. So that's just about the basics of using Tinkercad for 3D modeling. As you can see, they have a lot of shapes that you can use, lots of different colors, and that's about all.